At Hannibal LaGrange University, we believe in quality education in both traditional and online courses. Here are a few tips from our outstanding faculty and staff members who prepare you for your online experience.
The traditional classroom is really teacher-driven and lecture-driven. The way that they describe that is the sage on the stage. This is the person who gets up there, they have all the wisdom, and they share or impart the wisdom to the students. The students learn it, they read it, they study it. At times they'll discuss it, but typically they test over it, they write papers about it, and then the teacher assigns a grade. On the online class, they serve more kind of as a guide. They say guide on the side, but a person who kind of goes through the process with them. And so what happens is the information is still there, but the students have to find it themselves. It's not handed to them.
I love teaching in the online classroom because you really get to know your students and you get to know what they think because you listen to what they write all the time. And it's much different than in the in-class where they can be quiet and not say things. But in the online classroom, you get to hear their thoughts and what they think about certain discussions, where in the in-class, in-seat classroom, you might not get to hear that.
But when I'm teaching, I check every day. And the professor can tell who's been on and how long they've been on. And so, it's important for them to make a habit of doing it. But that's always a good question to ask your professor as well. How many times is it okay if I do this one day for 8 hours, or do I need to do this in 4 days for 2 hours each? And usually your professor will tell you what the expectation is.
It's very important. In that first class for the course, there's an introductory period on chat. And we introduce each other and tell a little bit about ourselves. And as an instructor, I make it an open door policy that they can get a hold of me by phone or by email whenever they need to.
Most classes at HLG are 8 weeks, some are 5 weeks, but that makes it a lot shorter amount of time to do our classes. And so the regular 16-week class is not what we have online. We have 8 in 5 weeks. So that means you do it in at least half the time or less than half the time. So you really have to be a self-starter. You have to motivate yourself. You have to know what's due, and you have to be able to monitor yourself as an online student. You need to look at your syllabus, you need to look at when the assignments are, and make sure that you interact with your professor if anything doesn't happen when it's supposed to happen. If you have any kind of questions or problems, that you get in touch with those people immediately.
Getting involved early is the key whenever you're doing postings or posting to a discussion board. Because if you don't post early, the students who do, and it really depends, every classroom is different. Some of them will all post at the beginning of the week, and then if you don't post until the last day, they're not going to interact with your information. They're going to interact with what is there. And so I think that getting involved very early and making sure that what you're saying is easily understood and that it's quality is very important. I mean, when you come to college and you're on campus, you get your schedule, you get in your habit, but online classes are shorter in time, and also you don't have to be anywhere but your living room or beside the pool or, at the break room at work. So that's probably the thing that I see the most of. Life gets a hold of them and they totally forget.
I think it's richer because the students are able to access many, many resources on the web instantaneously. I will have students who are in chat and somebody mentions something, and then all of a sudden another student is gone for a while and they've gone to the web and researched something and have come back with a comment. So that instantaneous knowledge that we have available through technology, I think, is very helpful to them.
If you're waiting until the week of class to start, that's almost too late. I can help you all the way up through the first 7 days of class, but you need to figure out what you need to do before you give me a call. And anything that happens to do with logon, passwords, all the registration aspects of the online education, I am more than capable of helping you, and the registrar's office is more than capable of helping you. But any technical aspects of computerized world that we live in, you have to contact Learning House.